It has been a huge build-up, and we're finally here. The Melbourne Stars and the Melbourne Renegades, and the Stars arrive in red-hot form.
Flats is the call, and Roofs is the result. And Glenn Maxwell, what did you decide to do?
We're going to have a bowl first.
Well, one big factor that isn't playing tonight for the Melbourne Renegades, that's Mujib, who's been in dynamite touch with the ball for the Melbourne Renegades lately with that spin duo of Adam Zampa. They would have been real tough work together at the MCG with these big, fast, wide, square boundary wickets. And Joel Paris.
Well, that's clever batting. He took the risk and he got it down to the boundary. Imad Wasim was stationed at short fine. He took him on and backed his judgment.
Yeah, beautifully played. And when Quinton de Kock's playing at his best, he's playing on instinct, and he's read the play there. He
goes after it, hits it over straight mid-wicket for 4. That's big. They get ready down at the punt road end for some catching practice. That's nicely played. Cox with his first boundary.
Fair record at the MCG, my good friend Darren Finch.
Catch it. Out. So his stay comes to an end. Merlot takes the catch. Imad Wasim gets the breakthrough. 1 for 33 in the 3rd over.
Hodgie, I think we were both surprised Finchie wasn't playing, but that's a disappointing dismissal. 1 for 33.
There he goes.
Whoa!
There's the first one. Right into that bay. And the Renegades were flying. Hasn't got this. Around comes Webster. De Kock will depart. That is a massive wicket for the Melbourne Stars.
He's a superstar, Glenn Maxwell. Changed the game at Adelaide for his team. Genuine wicket taker with the ball, Glenn Maxwell. Tries to go downtown, gives himself a little bit of room. Ends up being deceived in flight, and Maxwell, well, he's a superstar in this competition. Bo Webster doesn't drop those catches. Big wicket, big moment. De Kock gone for 23. 2 for 45.
Yes! Bowled! Big wind up from Marsh. And Lawrence with another breakthrough. The Renegades were rolling along early, but the Stars have pulled it right back.
And we've seen spin play a part early in this game. And Dan Lawrence, probably more known as a part-time spin option, tries to hit that one into that great southern stand. And his stumps have been disassembled. He goes for 4. The Renegades, 3 for 51.
That's gone up. It might be taken. It is taken. Maxwell takes the catch and he gets his rooster. Fraser McGurk goes for 14 after an encouraging start. They were able to put the shackles on him.
It's a big wicket. Bo Webster. Jake Fraser McGurk, as soon as he saw any sort of ball speed, was going to always have a crack at this. Is a high catch from Glenn Maxwell. Got himself into really good position. Great technique so far this season. Gone for 14. It's 4 for 55.
Harvey finds the gap.
Shot.
And that is the first boundary in more than 5 overs. 2 balls of it left. Shortened game. That's a brilliant shot. The crafty Wells at his absolute best there. Off the edge or off the pad. Out! It took the flap. And the umpire had no hesitation raising the finger.
To be honest, this has been an absolutely outstanding captaincy display from Glenn Maxwell. He's worked out what's working, and that's pace off the ball, stump to stump.
Pitching outside off, impact in line. Wickets hitting. Going to come back to you on field, Sam. Let you know when you're on screen and stay with your original decision of out. Signal now.
Well, there it is. Jono Wells has got to make his way back. That's a bit of a loss because he's a very handy player in these late stages of the innings. Wells goes for 9 off 9. The Renegades in a hole at 5 for 74.
Sutherland goes after this. Hasn't struck it well enough. It's another catch for Big Bo. Sutherland departs for just 4. And the Renegades might well reflect on where they elected to send him out.
Another big blow for the Melbourne Renegades. The very safe hands of Bo Webster down on the long-on boundary makes that look very easy. Will Sutherland departs for 4. The Renegades in some strife at 6 for 79.
That's a very clean strike. Beautifully hit away for 4. There's a little bit of all, albeit. That's gone straight up. Maxwell sets himself, plants his feet. Shelling peas for Glenn Maxwell.
Safe as houses that. Now, slower ball from Mark Steckety, 113 k's an hour. Just got that absolutely nowhere near the middle of the bat. It's the right idea, trying to take Glenn Maxwell on at mid-off. And the Renegades find themselves in trouble at 7 for 93.
Last ball, 4 needed for 100, they won't get there. That is the end of the innings in this rain-shortened match. 7 for 97 posted by the Melbourne Renegades, who were sent in by the Stars. There's an opportunity to do something about that here, but with that comes some risk.
Hopefully he hasn't listened to Peking Duck and got some superstitions about him.
55, not out of 19. He was the player of the match on New Year's Eve. So the Melbourne Stars are ready to chase down this target. Will Sutherland, the captain of the Melbourne Renegades, will need not only himself to bowl really well, but his whole bowling unit will need to bowl extraordinarily well.
Who love to hit sixes under pressure. Well, he's going to have to find a new recipe now. Tom Rogers, don't forget him. He was fired up after the Adam Zampa incident last year. Will he do the same thing? Who knows? As you mentioned in the first innings, still a very impressive turnout.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Over the top. Tom Fraser Rogers gets just enough of it. That's fine enough to go for 4. Lawrence's first boundary. Rogers walks across to the offside and helps it fine for 4. Chance of a catch. Got him! Fraser McGurk. Or is it Cox holds on in the deep? Cox holds on to the catch. The wicket falls. Lawrence must go. And Rogers gets the breakthrough.
Rogers followed him nicely and got the inside half of the bat. Cox does the rest. Lawrence has got to go for 7 off 6. Stars 1 for 18.
That's 4.
That's the shot of a man in form.
Clean out. Well placed. Hit hard. 4.
Shot.
Dead straight. Not cut off either. Back-to-back boundaries for Rogers.
Don't reckon you would have been on your own either, Dodge.
Off the edge, that'll go to the rope. Well, the Stars had 8 overs of spin. They identified that that was going to be very effective on this pitch, but they also had more effective spin bowling options. They took 3 for 48 in those 8 overs, the spinners for the Melbourne Stars, and clearly the Renegades feel like they're hit straight down the ground by Rogers for 4. That lands safely as well, so the mistimed shots, when the bowler actually wins, they're just falling short of the fielders at the moment. Sutherland, got it! Oh. Webster's wicket is taken. Siddle gets the job done again.
Yeah, very good from Pete Siddle. He's got a great art of subtle pace variations, and that's a good short ball that Bo Webster was not expecting, and I reckon that's because mid-wicket was up in the ring. He was thinking, well, he's probably not going to go back of a length at me. Well, he did, and it was right on the money. And the skipper, Will, the Chief Sutherland, has taken a beautiful catch, diving across to his right. The dangerous Bo Webster's got to go for 14 off 18, and the Stars 2 for 53.
Speaking of talents, Glenn Maxwell puts some of his on show. Rogers advances, flat bats that with some authority.
Outstanding. Now, absolutely outstanding batting. And we talked earlier about his ability to... That might look like an outrageous shot, but the mechanics of it are quite simple. He used his feet, got his body weight going through the ball.
Just late tonight, but we've bowled plenty of spin. That's a nice shot. Get up. Yep.
Beautifully done. That has gone all the way.
6 again.
That is belted. Up onto the deck. It nearly landed in a bucket of the Colonel's finest. He goes again. The big show in a big milestone. Gets that into the gap, Maxwell. And out to the mid-wicket boundary. Full toss, hit away for 4. Rogers gets it done. And there is a big green monster looming up on its rivals in the BBL. The Melbourne Stars make it 4 in a row. Learn about that, not the first time this season. And as Richo said across his career that he's been player of the match. De Kock was flying early, but fell for 23 and didn't have too many other contributors of great substance. Mackenzie Harvey 18, Rogers 42 not out of 34.